most of the people, you know, they ask to have something back. You know, for example, they want to have a better job, they want to be more healthy, or, you know, something in their life. So sometimes they ask to receive, you know, to receive what they ask for. And instead, you are following your tradition, you say and explain another kind of way to act, to receive what the people want.
Of course. In Mexico, this Nahuatl cultures began in Teotihuacan. That is a huge place that lots of people know because pyramids and all those kind of things. Teotihuacan literally means where men became creators. So it was like an ancient place of training to become a creator. Like I told you, we are divided into tonal Nahual. So there are techniques of creation in the awake that are done, synchronizing, tuning yourself with the rhythm of the universe and all those kind of things that are powerful, but not as powerful as commanding the dream. If you command the dream, you have certain codexes of how exactly to plant it. So I have thousands of students in Mexico and in several parts. And they give you the testimony of very common things. For example, that I planted the job of my daughter in the dream. I planted my partner or whatever. You know how to do it. The main purpose of the tradition, like I said, is artist warrior. I love that word because it's not war, outside war. It's to make your work with yourself, haunting your dream, not to lose conscious, and to become the artist of your own life.
You also prepare people to leave the body, in terms to die. And in your tradition, how do you consider death? And which is your advice, or, you know, your knowledge to prepare us at the best for it?
Okay. For the tradition, there is no death, for example. We have two main cycles. The short cycle, that is awake dreaming, tonal Nahual, and then alive death. For example, dreaming for us in Nahuatl is temictli, and it means the one that died. So, for example, in the Nahuatl tradition, in the Toltec Mexica, you were prepared for dying consciously first in the dreaming. If you don't learn how to dream, you don't know how to die. So there are three types of death. The one that happens for the liver, the one that happens from the heart, and the one that happens from the head. So, if you lose consciousness while you are dreaming, you will lose consciousness totally when you die, and you will be like in a dream. And your mind can be trapped for ages in the things that you didn't overcome in the tonal in your life. So, the same training to plant dreams and to become aware of them is to become aware when you get dead, and then is to clean this channel between the navel and the heart. So when you died, you could die consciously from here and go to the sun. That for us is like the concept of illumination. Or if you are even more a kind of a spiritual ambition, to climb from here to here, to die from the head. That will be in other traditions a Buddha or an avatar, and for our tradition that is what we name Nahual. The one that always remains individual, that can come and go and do wonderful things, and they still exist.
But so in terms, practically how we can prepare ourselves. So through your techniques and exercises. So if we prepare ourselves during the night, during the sleep, with all the things that you tell us, we prepare ourselves to die at the best, right?
Yeah, of course. Like I told you, temically, that is going to sleep is it means the same in Nahuatl. The one that is dying. It's like a kind of short death every night. So if you learn how to sleep, you learn how to die.
Perfect.
So you are prepared since you were a little boy for this. And that's how we were called eagle warriors or jaguar warriors. The ones that we were prepared for that.
No, because in our culture, I mean the Western culture, death is something very terrible to escape or to not think about, or something to avoid, to think, and something scary. Instead, in your culture, seems to be something that give you, it's something to live with. It's something that you have to take care of it, and or something that you have to prepare for it.
Of course, and it's you know that in Mexico nowadays we have like the biggest feast of the world of the death. It's kind of a feast where you invite your ancestors to come and all those things. But now it's 2 or 3 days. But in the ancient calendar, it was 60 days. So there were 60 days of the year dedicated to the death and how to prepare for that. And then you had this is now in the new age. These are the fantastic stories of the 13 crystal skulls and all those things. That I haven't heard of that, never in Mexico, but okay. Let's. But you created like a skull of your own death, a beautiful one. So you were preparing yourself for that moment. But since you were a child, and it doesn't mean that you are going to die before. It's totally the opposite. If you're preparing for the death, you never. For us, all in means movement. So everything must be in movement. So if you're preparing for that, you are always taking the heavy energy of you. So you have much more time and to develop all your capacities, because for a glorious death you must have lived a glorious life.